Alright, so welcome back to Sam Movie Time Machine, and today I watch a movie, and you guys will never believe which movie that I just watched. This beauty right there. And crazy enough, I did not even know that this movie came out in 1950. So I thought that initially that was a movie that came out like in the 2000s, but I was wrong. But we're gonna talk about it and see, or decide whether or not it's a movie you need to watch or something that you can totally forget about. So let's talk about this movie. All right, so background that I've learned about this movie. So this movie initially came out in 1950, and it was Billy's, well, it's kind of like an adaptation of Charles Pewell's, or Pewell's, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, of like one of his writing, and it was a huge box office at the time when this thing came out. And the thing that this actually pushed me to think about is if this movie was actually a really good movie back in the day, or it was a movie that a lot of people like. It's probably a movie that a lot of people found like relatable, or kind of like see represent them in a way. I'll say mostly women, and that was maybe like the way that they saw women back then, which is totally different from the way that they do see women right now. And that's something that I generally cannot wait to talk about. But yeah, so it came out in 1950. It was a really big and huge movie when it came out, and I think I watched this movie like in 2010s. Yeah, probably like 2011 or maybe 2012. First time that I watched this movie, knowing that it came out in 1950, but I'm sorry, it was back in Haiti, and like in Haiti there was like some I'll say some stuff that we really do not have access to. Well, at least I did not have access to at the time. Well, the animation style is totally different from like everything that we have right now, because like what we do have right now is like mainly 3D, and like just perfect characters and perfect, I'll say, clothes and animations and really funny kind of character type thing. And it was pretty refreshing to actually see, because something that we are far, or I'll say we distance ourselves really a long time ago from, like like those 2D animations with really strong outline that can allow you to see the character and actually appreciate them, just because they kind of like pop out of the screen, even if there's not a lot of things being thrown at us, like I'll say effects and stuff like that. But it's just like the fact that the outline is still showing, and then you can see the characters perfectly moving around and stuff that I generally like when it comes to this movie. The mission was really interesting that I'll say because of how they use it, or how they make use of it. Just pretty much the same thing. Like, instead of having like funny characters and having like a song every 2 seconds, which is pretty weird to me, because I was watching a Disney movie and there was not a song every 2 seconds. There was still song, there was like still a good amount of song in the movie, but it's not like a song every 2 seconds where they try like to throw something catch at you, so you think about the song and maybe you'll buy something or watch the movie again. But it was just like them making use of a tool that they have, which is the song, to, I'll say, enhance the movie. So it was pretty interesting to see that like the song every 2 second thing is not in this movie, but it still worked the way that they did it. And the animation style is totally different from what they actually do right now. Like, watching this movie, so you pretty much like see them using characters like animals. Well, they do talk, but there's like no need for them to really talk back all the time so that you like them, so you can just appreciate the fact that they're just like doing things around, interacting with each other. They will make you laugh like here and there, but they're mainly like tools which are being used all together so that they make the movie better, instead of actually like this main character that they're trying to push into you to make you like, and do some random stuff with it so that they can commercialize it or market it later. So it's totally different from what Disney's actually doing right now, and I really liked it. Cinderella was a pretty interesting character for me to get to know a little more right now. And like, how did I view her before watching the movie? Talking about like a long time ago. So I always thought about like how beautiful she was and how spirit to her, also how caring she is. But I've been able like to see something a little different right now, talking about like after watching the movie again, like for I don't even know how much time now. And it was pretty interesting to see that, hey, she was not like this submersive kind of girl, we pretty much like liked everything that she was going to, but she was kind of like hoping for the better and before the best, I'll say. And she was just doing what she could do at the time, hoping for the best. That's like the best way that I can actually put it. And it's been interesting to see because they sold her as like, she's a little stupid, she can't really think for herself, she just want a man, and that's pretty much it. But when you actually like take a step back and watch the movie again and actually see what she does in the movie, so you can pretty quickly see that hey, it's not really what she is about, because hey, she's a housewife. Well, she was not married at the beginning of the movie, but hey, she can clean, she can cook, she can do a lot of things. She's sweet, she's caring, she listens. And I think that's one of the reasons why, or multiple reasons why, that actually push her to do the interaction that she did in the movie, like with the mouse and stuff, the mice and stuff, and becoming friends with them to the point that hey, she used to help them, and then them helping her to actually make the dress, which was pretty awesome to actually see, because if she was mean and just doing her job and hating everybody because of the situation that she was in, she would have never make the interaction that she did in the movie and actually become friend with those mice and stuff and other characters that kind of help her get to the thing that she was hoping for, which actually she never said in the movie, but she was just talking about a dream, but I never like saw her explaining what the dream was. Probably she's gonna talk about it on the second movie, which I almost watched by mistake before like trying to look for this movie. But yeah, she's caring, she's sweet, she knows what she wants, and she's aware that she cannot really do anything about it, but she tried her best while still thinking about hey, what it is she wants, and keep it in the background, which is pretty cool. Fairy godmother was a little bit strange because I thought that she was really sure of herself. She knows what she has to do. She's Cinderella fairy godmother, so therefore she knows her, she knows what she wants, and she is about to do it pretty quickly so that she can go. That's the way that I thought about her. But right now, watching the movie again, I thought that she was just in training, because like she was losing stuff, she did not really know how to do some specific thing that she had to do, and well, she did what she was supposed to do, I guess, like helping her so that she can go to the ball. But still, it was just the way that she acted, which was a little funny and a little bit concerning too at some point, because you're like, hey, you're supposed to help me, you're supposed to know better, you're supposed to do this really quick, like why you are not doing it quick? Well, that's probably me, and this whole culture that we have right now where we want like everything right now, right here, right now, like in the moment. But hey, she was a little slow for me. I'm sorry for using this word, but that's the way that I saw it. Like, I don't know, she was probably in training. Let's say that she was in training, and that's the reason why she did not really know like how stuff work and things happen the way that it happened, I'll say. Well, the evil godmother, she's a mastermind. I don't want to say I love this lady, because if I say that I love this lady, I'll come out as her, or I'll come out as like evil as her. But she really knew what she was doing. She was like never like one of those people that will show you straight up that hey, I really hate you, but she used every single thing that she could every single time as a vessel who has a mean to hurt her, but it was like never her directly hurting her. Talk about Cinderella, which is pretty crazy, because I thought that she was really mean, and she used to tell her like, hey, I really hate you. That's what I thought, or that's what I think I watched too, like back in the days, like really long time ago, about other movie, about like other adaptation of the same movie or maybe the same story. But she's totally different from this movie. Like, she will use her daughter so that she can reach her. She will use the fact that hey, for example, when they said that they want to go to the ball and like everybody was trying to get ready, and Cinderella was like, hey, I'm gonna go get ready too, but she did not want her to go. So she did not want to tell her for some reason, like, hey, I really don't want you to go. But she's find a way to give her like so much stuff that I'll say in the hope. I'm not gonna even get to say in the hope because I'm pretty sure like she knew for certain that she would have never get all those things done by the time that they are ready to go. So it's the reason why she's gonna give her like as much thing as possible so that she cannot even breathe or take a time to take a break and actually go and make something so that she can go. So she did that, and then when she actually did also got everything done, but she thought that she didn't have a dress and said that, hey, I'm not gonna go. And Cinderella going back there, seeing the dress that like her friend made for her, and her being like, hey, please don't leave me, hey, when they're about to go, right? So and then her using her daughter this time with first the necklace and then the dress. That was crazy to me because I was like, oh my god, like she's a mastermind. She knows what she's doing, of course, and with even breaking the slippers too at the end of the movie, which was pretty crazy to me. But hey, it was like you can't really attack her directly because if you don't really think about it, you would have never like see that, hey, she was evil, because she's not using herself directly, but she's using like other means like people and emotions mostly of her daughter so that she can attack her, which was pretty crazy and pretty clever, to be honest. The prince was pretty random. There is really nothing real to say about him because, hey, that's the character, I guess. He really did not say anything when it comes to interacting, at least in this movie. It was just this guy who really did not want to get married right now because he probably was dreaming of his ideal wife. And then Cinderella came up. But I really like the fact that, the king was so desperate that he was like, okay, cool, at this point, I do not care about who you marry as long as you marry somebody and then I get grandchildren, because I'm gonna die. I don't think that he said I'm gonna die, but I'm pretty sure he said that he doesn't really have much time and he really want to have grandchildren before he died, which was pretty crazy to me because I'm like, oh my god, so you need to be that desperate to arrange something without showing that you were arranging it, because like this whole ball thing was made only because he wanted to put the prince in, like, I'll say the environment, the right environment with a good amount of females that I can choose from, which was pretty clever, to be honest. Like, hey, what the heck? So it's pretty much like, hey, I'm bringing Tinder to you so that you can make a choice instead of having Tinder in your phone. That's a pretty crazy way to say it, but hey, I guess that it works too, because that was like his whole thing, which was, yet again, pretty intelligent. Yeah, I'll give him that. The story is still engaging, and the reason why I think the story is engaging is the fact that there was not really a big center on Cinderella on the movie, even if it's a movie about her, but it was like only about her, already trying like to show you scene of her only, because she was I don't really think that she had a bunch of scene, or even 2 or maybe 3 scene on the whole movie with her only, because it was like always her interacting with other people, and it was not them actively trying to make you laugh, but actually telling you a story and then having also something to say, which is the whole story, and then actually using every single mean possible, such as the characters, or I'll be very much more specific, like the dog, the cat, mice, and stepsisters, the stepmothers and stuff like that. So like they use them really wisely so that they can tell the story, which is totally different from now what Disney is doing right now, which is pretty much like, hey, I have this story that I really want to tell, but I'm gonna make sure that you like this specific character so that I can commercialize it right after the movie. And I'm not gonna lie, I think this way, or the way that they decide to do things now, is what is causing the downfall, because like right now it's pretty much like the same generic kind of movie. To be honest, nothing is really new, or if something is really new, it never become as popular that it should be, or maybe like you will think it is, because hey, they're just trying like to make something or show you something so that they can sell more stuff, not actually having a story to tell, or not actually using good tools, or using the tools that they do have in their disposable so that they can tell the story instead of just showing you stuff so that they can sell it. I'm sorry, but I'm just talking way too much right now, I guess. But yeah, it was really engaging. Not engaging because yet again it was a bunch of CGI, and it was, I think there was barely CGI, if there was even CGI, to be honest. The only thing that I can technically really call CGI is the fact that her dress was a little sparkly, and probably the sleepers too as well. But other than that, it was really nothing. Really nothing. And the story is not outdated. The only thing that I think is outdated about the whole story is the way that, you know, if we decide to say, use the story and say like, hey, this is the way that they view men back then, and we are taking this way that they view men back then to the way that they view men right now, it's really totally outdated. And or even the whole philosophy about like being a woman and what a woman wants. But other than that, I'll say it's a pretty on point movie, and I really want to watch it again, probably in 3 months or maybe like 6 months or maybe in a year. I don't really know, but I'm not gonna watch it right now again because yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, I'll say the story pushed you to be kind because hey, Cinderella was kind, and I'll say it's because she was kind that she made the interaction that she made in the movie, and that's how she met her friends. Because hey, I'm not even sure that she was allowed to get out or make friends. Like her friends was pretty much like the animals, which is pretty crazy to me. But hey, the only way that she was able to make friends out of those animals, because they were literally animals, was because she was kind. So I'll say the movie called you to be, you know, kind and have a dream, even if it's totally unattainable, but still have your dream, and I'll say dream about it or keep it in mind, and just know one day, even if it's totally out of reach right now, it will be possible, and yeah, will actually make your dream come true. That's totally crazy for me saying right now because I've never thought about this movie like that way. But hey, after watching it right now, that's kind of like what I can take out of it, or that I've understood from watching it, which is totally crazy yet again. But hey, it was a pretty good movie, to be honest. It was a pretty good movie. So I think that's pretty much it for watching this whole movie. I don't know which movie I'm gonna watch tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow afternoon, but I'm still gonna watch something and then I'll talk to you guys about it. So I'll say stay safe. Thank you for watching, and I'm closing out right now. Bye.